I don't know what digital Christmas really means.
Democratic choice and freedom, and that isn't what happens in a democracy. What's the alternative?
Englandshire. Right, we've had a bit of a disaster to start with, so I've driven down from Scotland to catch up with Tito the Tradler for a night's camping in the North Lake District. Anyway, got down here and at an agreed car parking spot, and there's no overnight car parking. So what we've had to do, we've had to drive up a dual carriageway, put cars on side at road, and then basically walk in alongside of this dual carriageway, which is reasonably unpleasant. Mr. Tradler's a little bit vexed by it all, because he put such a lot of planning into it, and he's disappointed with the extra mileage and so on and so forth. Anyway, so we've got about half a mile down the road, pouring down with rain as you can see, and I've only gone and left my bloody phone in the car. So I've been walking back now about 15-20 minutes, and I stepped off the road onto this this tarmac path. Signposted for Failmere, which I'm assuming Tito the Tradler has taken. Still no sign of him, but when he gets ahead, you know. He's a marcher. He's not a Tradler. The lad marches. Anyway, all things being equal, we shall meet up round about the car park area where we first parked, where they wouldn't allow us to stay. Anyway, I'll go on a bit further and we'll catch up with the Tradler, and I can introduce you to him proper. Something to look forward to. Right, good news everybody, or for the subscriber that's watching. I've managed to catch up with the one and only Tito the Tradler, and here he is.
Hello.
Here he is.
Hello.
Look at him.
Oh.
Now, but looks at that pack on his back. I think he's actually got clay stashed in his pocket, because there's room for a couple there. So anyway, quick update. So now we've got back to the original car park that we weren't prepared to pay for, and what I didn't realise is we're not actually setting off from that car park, so we're still actually walking down the road where we drove earlier. It's like a deja vu thing, you know, it's like some sci-fi thing. So here we are, striding out.
May I just say, Mr. Boardman, you have turned up a little bit like royalty with no cash whatsoever, which hasn't exactly helped the matter either. I don't know if that's offside saying that. But
It is. It's actually, I have got paper. I've got folding Scottish groats. I just don't have any. I don't. You know, I'm counting the ounces here. Every pound.
I'll tell you what, I put in some steps in, that's for sure.
You did.
Have you told them about your phone yet?
No. Yes.
No,
Right. We're going to start to climb now. So this is where I start to hyperventilate and get too hot. So we've got about a 0.6 of a mile steady ascent. And then we're not far from camp, so we'll pick it up a bit closer to the time. To say he's only a Tradler, he doesn't have pick some steep routes. Nearly at top now. Okay, so both Tito the Tradler and I have finally found somewhere to camp. We climbed up this basically looked like an old dry stone wall bed, which also served as a stream as well. It was very steep, and Tito struggled a bit because he was basically carrying the deluxe wild camping gear with him. It was very, very steep, and then we found ourselves over the top and then dropped down to basically what is a very small tarn. There is somebody else camping in the woods because we've seen smoke coming out of it. They're probably in a hammock and bivvying. So very, very sloppy. I fell, and all was well apart from my pride. So got tents pitched up, fingers crossed this stay dry. It hasn't stopped raining. It's been pretty miserable, but anyway, both tents are set up now, so it's only a matter of time before we have something to eat. And I dare say I may join Mr. Tradler in his fantastic Illyberg, because it looks like there's definitely room for two to while away a couple of hours. So we'll catch up a bit later.
Right, I'm just trying to get my setup right here, which is impossible because I'm useless. But I've got Mr. Brown filming me, filming you, or filming him. Which is good anyhow, because we're a couple of glasses of red in. We're having a good night, and it stopped raining, which is also a bonus. And we're sat here talking about, well, how can I put it, Jim? Rubbish. I'm just having another odd glass of rouge, and then I might have a drop of whiskey, just to put me to my bed.
And what kind of whiskey are you drinking?
Well, it obviously begins with A and ends with G. Ardbeg.
Ardbeg.
Just for a change. It's a wonderful peaty loveliness that if you brushed it outside of a ship, it won't sink.
And what do you think of the campsite this evening?
Well, to be honest with you, I was wandering about where, like in the bottom of a First World War trench, and then Mr. Brown went on a bit of reconnaissance mission and found a dry bit of ground. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm delighted. Do you want me to shine it on you?
Well, actually, I'm having a really, really interesting evening.
Are you?
Yeah, if for no other reason than you telling me the reason why the bands are rubbish and why they're good.
It's been an interesting debate.
And the upshot is, who's the best band out there?
Well, I think obviously from your opinion, that Sex Pistols or Dead Kennedys, but I mean, I'm never going to win that argument, am I?
What about Arctic Monkeys?
All I can say, Jim, is they were playing in my garden, I put curtains on.
And on that bombshell. Morning.
Morning. You okay?
Morning. So what can I tell you about the camp? It was late. It stopped raining last night, which was good, and you saw Tito the Tradler and myself righting the world's wrongs, which was good. We got that all sorted out. So brace yourself, world. There's new people in charge. Anyway, over to the tent. So well, it performed fantastically well, I've got to say. I got it nice and tight, everything really good. No condensation inside, but my bloody airbed went down again. So aching hips this morning, and I'm assuming it's aching hips from my airbed rather than me going tumbling down the descent, which I'm going to have to climb up again in a few minutes. So the plan today, if we stick to it, is basically we're going to drive from the lakes where we are now down to North Yorkshire, not far from Skipton, and we've got about a 10-mile walk to do, and Tito the Tradler is going to do one of his famous historical vlogs, which I'm going to film him filming him, and then we're going to pitch up on the top of a hill. Hopefully the weather will be better than it is here, because this is unpleasant. Anyway, enough of that. Time to strike camp and climb up and over and back to the cars, which is probably around about a 45-minute walk or something like that, back up the road. So if this is one movie, then thanks for watching. If it's part of a greater movie which includes tonight's camp, then if you've got this far, keep watching. See you soon. Good afternoon, welcome back. There's a slight change of plan after yesterday and this morning's washout. We got absolutely saturated and neither of us wanted to walk 10 miles in more rain this morning, so what we've actually done is we've headed back to the West Riding of Yorkshire, and we're not far from Stanbury, just above Haworth. So at the moment, Tito the Tradler, who's still with me, say hello Tito.
Hello.
Hello. He's picked out this walk, which apparently is around about 4 kilometres and steady incline, and the forecast is reasonable, so hopefully we'll get a dry camp on dry ground and everything will be okay. So pick this up a little bit further. How the devil are you? Hola! Nice, isn't it? Okay, we've arrived now at the camp that Mr. Arne's picked up, and apparently they are called the Alcumden stones.
Alcumden stones.
Alcumden stones, these stones here. I think Brimham rocks, but smaller. I don't know if you can pick it up. Anyway, it's nearly dark now, it's pouring down in the distance, so fingers crossed that'll miss us. But anyway, tent's up, not the best pictures in the world, we're on heather, but Tito's very kindly loaned me the use of his Thermarest sleeping mat, which I'm looking to buy because mine went down again last night. Anyway, just about all settled down now, so all bodes well for another good night. Morning. What a night. So we got pitched up okay, but it was really too cold. It was quite breezy outside, but it was too cold to be sitting out. Tito had a small fire which was enjoyable, and then we had a coffee, and then I turned in about 8 o'clock or something like that. Slept reasonably well, with the wind is absolutely staggering now. To say it wasn't forecast as heavy, but I was curled up fast asleep, everything going absolutely fine, and all of a sudden I had a force of 10 right up my pipe as my tent pegs gave up on my door, and the door swung up and it's unzipped. So my waterproofs went flying across more, which were a bit of a disaster, so I managed to rescue them and hopeful that nothing else has gone. Anyway, I've just had a message from Tito the Tradler, who's around about 5 metres away from me, saying let's get packed up and get off. It's about 7:30 I think. Yeah, nearly 7:30, so we should be back down into down to the cars at 8:30. I would have thought if we get his finger out. Right, I'll pick this up a little later. Morning again. Right, I'm all packed up. Tito's packing his tent up now. It's probably quite windy and very cold. I was on a bit of a hunt around to see if I could find a couple of tent stakes out of my tent opened up. Can't see them. Which is, well, it's just an excuse to buy some more, isn't it? Anyway. No coffee this morning, no porridge this morning, so I think it's about a 3-mile walk out, but all downhill, and wind's going to be behind us, which is also going to help. So I'll pick this up a little bit later on the walk down when I found out how Mr. Tradler got on. Nice morning. Everything's fine in the world. I'll keep going down here, then I'll get in car, and then I'll summarise the days, the couple of days in the car, if you need a summary at all. Okay, here we are now back at the car. It's just after 9:15, so that's all good. I think we're going to go for a breakfast now in a cafe, not Tito's cafe. A cafe somewhere in Crossroads, which will be perfect because I'm pretty hungry. We missed breakfast this morning with it being so windy. Great couple of days really. Very, very wet first day. Pretty challenging, even though the evening was dry, which was a bit of a bonus. And then last night's gales, and nearly losing my tent at 7 o'clock this morning. So on his way now. Thoroughly enjoyed it. If you have watched this, well, thank you for watching. I'll probably put them together as one video, maybe a little longer than usual, but thanks again, and see you again soon. Bye bye. Turn it on, so let's go. There you go.
Good grief. You just do not see that when you don't on your films. Wherever you do it well, because there's just no inkling. There could be a bloke in front of you, for all we know, filming you, because it just